Why are their grades so good when they hang out with me all the time? It's easy to get jealous and wonder if they're just a natural-born genius, right? But your brain isn't any less powerful than your friends. In fact, you already have the world's most powerful supercomputer right inside your head. You just haven't found the on switch yet. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to flip that switch. You're not bad at studying because you're not smart. You just never had the right instruction manual for your brain. And now, I'm going to read that manual to you, step by step. By the end of this video, your brain will be completely transformed. So, are you ready to upgrade your brain's performance by over 40 times? Leave your doubts behind, believe in your own potential, and follow me. You are already smart enough. Now it's time to prove it. First up, here is the secret to awakening your brain's hidden power. Make it a habit to close your eyes for just 10 seconds after you stop studying. Most people try to cram information into their heads without taking any breaks. But this is like turning to the next page before the ink has even dried. In other words, you're not giving your brain any time to organize the information. Think of it like haphazardly throwing packages into a warehouse. If the boxes just pile up without any organization, you'll never be able to find what you're looking for later, right? Neuroscientists call this offline replay. Simply put, in the brief moments you pause, your brain is actually reviewing the material. In fact, research shows that when you rest, your brain replays information at 20 times the normal speed. Close the book, shut your eyes, and just be still for a moment. These 10 seconds are a magical time when short-term memories become long-term memories. From now on, every time you finish a paragraph, just zone out for 10 seconds. You'll hear the sound of your brain neatly filing away information into drawers. This one small habit is the first step to making you a genius. Second is a method to really give your brain a good workout. It's called retrieval practice, where you pull memories out onto a blank piece of paper. Most people just reread important sentences over and over, highlighting them. But this only tires out your eyes. Your brain is just idling. To put it simply, you're not actually studying, you're just spectating. It's like going to the gym and watching someone else work out. You won't build any muscle just by watching someone else lift heavy weights, will you? From a neuroscience perspective, real learning doesn't happen when you're inputting information. Real learning happens when you pull that information out of your head. When your brain struggles to find a memory on a blank page, its cells form new connections. For instance, there was a student who memorized a massive amount of medical knowledge. He read the book only once, and for the rest of his study time, he wrote it all down on a blank page. He essentially erased the textbook's contents and reproduced them from scratch. During this process, the memory storage in our brain connects explosively. At first, you'll feel frustrated and distressed because you can't write anything down. But that frustration is the best nutrient for your brain. Your brain needs to go through that desirable difficulty for the information to become yours for life. Stop just scanning with your eyes and pick up a pen. It will be hard at first, but before you know it, a map will start to form in your mind. Once this map is complete, you'll be able to understand any complex topic in an instant. This is the critical secret used by the top 1% of geniuses. Third is a training method to physically expand your brain's workbench. Go ahead and install a dual-end back app on your smartphone and start practicing. This program is a tool actually used by top minds around the world. It trains your brain by having you simultaneously remember a position on the screen and a sound. You can think of it as juggling two balls inside your head. Start by practicing remembering the information from 2 steps back. Investing just 10 minutes a day will create new circuits in your brain. If your head starts to throb, that's proof that your brain is growing, just like a muscle. In other words, it's the process of your brain's processing capacity exceeding its previous limits. Neuroscientifically, this process dramatically increases your information processing speed. Next is a secret to prevent the information you worked so hard to learn from slipping away. On the front of a palm-sized card, write one key question. On the back, write the answer to that question very clearly. Using a blue pen when you write the answer can enhance the visual stimulation. Carry the cards with you and pull them out after 10 minutes, and then again after a day. It's crucial to struggle to find the answer when the memory is starting to fade. It's like tracing over faded letters with dark, fresh ink. If you stick to this cycle, your memories will become treasures that last a lifetime. This is 10 times more powerful than simply rereading a book multiple times. Using a flashcard app on your smartphone is also very effective. Make 10 cards today and start giving your brain a fun workout. You'll have an amazing experience as your brain transforms into a supercomputer. This small investment of time will guide you onto the path of the top 1%. Never forget that your brain is a flexible muscle that expands the more you use it. You, who starts right now, will be the protagonist of the future. Finally, maximize your brain's output to completely own your knowledge. There's a big difference between simply knowing something and making it your actual skill. Geniuses have a strong ability to immediately output what they've learned. The best way to do this is to explain what you've learned to someone else. Simply put, pretend you're a teacher and explain it as if you're teaching someone. Think of it as assembling scattered puzzle pieces into a single, complete picture. When explaining to others, the brain builds a very solid logical structure. It's even better if you use a multi-sensory strategy that stimulates all 5 senses. Don't just look at the text with your eyes. Try humming it like a song. Sometimes it's great to add body movements while giving a lecture to yourself. Our brain believes information is important when our senses of sight and hearing work at the same time. It's just like how you remember your smartphone's lock pattern through the movement of your finger. Visualization increases the brain's processing speed by several times compared to normal. Repeat the process of seeing, storing, rewriting, and speaking it out loud. If you repeat this process for just 3 days, your brain will truly change. The 10-second pause and the practice of recalling on your own will change you. When you write, speak, and try to teach, your brain's learning is finally complete. From now on, studying should never end when you close the book. The moment you open your mouth to explain it to someone, the genius switch turns on. Your brain will now run relentlessly on the path of the top 1%. But if you try to change everything at once starting tomorrow, you will fail. The biggest barrier when we try something new is familiarity. The most dangerous thought is, I already know this, and then moving on. Our brain only forms new cell connections when it receives new stimuli. Be especially careful of mindlessly reaching for your smartphone during your breaks. You are personally throwing away the precious time your brain needs to organize information. This is like taking an expensive supplement and then immediately drinking poison. When your brain wants to rest, overstimulating videos are toxic. Your study inefficiency isn't your fault, it's the fault of bad habits. If you don't acknowledge this fact, real change will never begin. Now that you understand the principles of the brain, consciously control your habits. Don't throw away your infinite potential for a moment of pleasure. The power to control yourself is just as crucial as the belief in yourself. Even at this very moment, your brain is waiting, wanting to change. Stop blaming your intelligence and start examining your lifestyle. Change doesn't come from understanding it in your head. It comes from putting it into practice with your body. I sincerely hope that the secrets I shared today will awaken your life. Now that you know the right path, you will get ahead of everyone else. For just 3 days, be strict with yourself and practice the 10-second pause. A few days later, the person you see in the mirror will have a completely different look in their eyes. Erase the words "I can't do it" from your life starting now. You are far greater and smarter than you think. The best way to love yourself is to use your abilities to their fullest. I hope today's video becomes a miraculous turning point in your life. I will be cheering for your amazing journey with all my heart. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe and like. Thank you so much for watching until the end. See you in the next video.